Hello everyone, welcome back. This is your friend SG, and in today's video we'll see how we can make a website responsive using CSS only. So how we'll be doing this? We'll use CSS Media Queries. Okay, so basically media queries are a very powerful tool which allow us to make the website responsive. Okay, so to begin with, let's just write a basics HTML code. This is a basic HTML code where we have this one single div. Okay, so what we can do here, we are going to customize it a little bit. We'll give it a background color of red, text color will make it white, and we'll change the height width as well. Make it a box of 500 by 500. This is done. So this is the page, this is the div that we have added. Okay, if we see, we will right click on the anywhere on the screen and we'll go to inspect element, or we can do Control Shift plus I. Okay, so this panel appeared. This is the developers console and we see a mobile device here. Okay, this allows us to toggle between different devices. Basically it allows us to change the height and width of the screen, and we'll see how our website looks. We click on this and see a box appeared where we can change the height and we can change the width as well. If we go here, we can select different devices: Moto G4, Galaxy, iPhone, iPad. Okay, any device that we select, automatically the dimensions of that device will be set here. I said iPad, so I get the dimensions of iPad. If I set iPhone, then I'll get the dimensions of iPhone. Now we'll set it to basically responsive so that we can manually change the height and width. Now if you see carefully, then on changing the height or changing the width, nothing is happening to this box. But what we want, if the height or width of this box change, then we want a particular piece of code to be executed, and that part is done by media queries. Basically media queries are a CSS technique which allows to make our website responsive. They allow us to make our website look good on different devices. We can we can change the appearance and the arrangement of the components of the website differently. We can arrange them differently on a tablet, on a mobile phone, and differently on a desktop. Okay, but how we can achieve this? This can only be achieved by using CSS Media Queries. There are some libraries or external frameworks which allow us to do this, like Bootstrap, but in a native way this is done using CSS Media Queries. What are they? They are like if-else condition. So how we'll be executing them? Firstly, we'll write a keyword @media screen, and so what we are doing, this screen is a media type. There are several media types like screen, print, braille, but we only here have to focus on screen, so we'll be writing screen. Now we are combining this screen and a condition here, so we use this keyword and @media query screen, and then a condition goes here. This condition will be defined in the terms of width of the device that we are working with. Let's say if the maximum width of the device is say 600 pixels. Okay, then execute this particular piece of code inside the parenthesis. What's the code? We'll change this containers styling. What we'll do, we'll give the background color of yellow and we'll change the text color to black. Okay, going here and refreshing it. So what we have written, if the maximum width is 600, so if the width of the device is lesser than 600, then the background color and the text color will change. This is the width and this is the height. So right now width is 1317. Let's reduce it. So see, as soon as the width becomes 600, then the background color of this div and the text color changed. And if we increase it, then it will become again red, because this part of code will only be executed if the device width is lesser than 600 pixels. Okay, now we can write more media queries. So let's write one more, @media screen, and now we'll write if the maximum width is between less than 800 pixels. Okay, so execute this particular piece of code. What we'll do, we'll make the background color as cyan and we'll do the text color as black. We save this code and again go and refresh it here. So what it should do, if the height is between less than 600, it should make the background color yellow. If the height is lesser than 800, then it should make it cyan. Okay, let's see. Sorry, width. It was not height. We are talking about the width here. So it's 672. Let's reduce it. We are under 600, but still the color is cyan. The color didn't change under 600 as well. Instead, it should have become yellow. Why did this happen? This happened because CSS has a property that it starts reading the styling from the top. So what it did, it firstly read that make the container look as red. It did that. Then it read that if the width of the container is less than 600, basically the maximum width is 600, then make it yellow background. It did. Then it came here. It read if the maximum width is 800, then make the background as cyan. So what it did here, it see if our width is 534. So firstly, this condition is true. It made it yellow. Then it came to this. 534 is less than 800. So this part of code was overwritten by this one. But we don't want this. We want if the device width is between 600 and 800, then only that part should be executed. So we are going to write another condition here. What? This time we'll specify the minimum width as well. So if the minimum width is between 600 and 800 pixels, then only execute this part of the code. See, it's 534, it made it yellow. As soon as we pass 600, then it will again make it cyan. But this cyan will only be between 600 and 800. As soon as we pass 800, we'll again come back to the default part. Okay, so here one thing you have to keep in mind. As I just told you that CSS starts reading from the top. So the default code, it should always be at the top. Right now we have placed it at the bottom. Okay, so what it will do, it will always overwrite this part. See, it's always red. It never changes its color or the text color or the background color. Why so? Because it reads this media query, and then at the very end it sees that whatever the dimensions of the device are, no matter, always make the background color as red and the text color as white. So it did that. It always makes the text color white and the background color as red. So in order to overcome this problem, always keep in mind that always keep the default code at the top and the media queries at the very bottom of the CSS file, so that the media queries are not overwritten by the default code. Otherwise you won't be able to find what's going on in your code. Okay, let's add some another properties as well. Here, if the device width is 0 to 600, then we'll make the text align as center, and okay, just this. Okay, so let's just refresh it. It's 994. Okay, so here it is 0 to 600. The text is aligned in the center. Okay, in this similar manner you can change the height, width, font size, font family, any property that you want. These are the basic media queries. Okay, so now you got how you can combine two different media queries, and if you want you can align this single media query. We use single, so what it signifies, maximum width is 600. We didn't specify the minimum, so by default the minimum minimum width will be taken as 0. Keep this thing in mind. Okay, so now let's just take a look at the different device sizes that we'll be focusing on, that we should focus while creating a website. These sizes that we used, these were just the dummy ones. Okay, so the actual sizes, what are they? These sizes that I'll be talking about, they'll be in terms of the width of the screen. Okay, so first come the very small devices. These devices have a width of 0 to 600 pixels. And what are they comprised of? They are comprised of small mobile phones. Okay, these are the extra small devices. Sorry. Then come small devices. What are these small devices? they have the width of 600 to 768 pixels. And what are they comprised of? They comprise of large mobile phones and tablets in the normal orientation, the portrait orientation. Okay, now come the medium devices. These devices have an orientation of 768 pixels to 992 pixels, and they comprise of tablets in landscape mode tablets. Okay, yes. Then come large devices. They'll be from 992 pixels to 1200 pixels, and they comprise of our laptops and our PCs. Laptop and PCs. Then our extra large devices. These devices have a width of more than 1200 pixels, and they generally comprise of very large screens, like very large desktops you have. Okay, these are the screen sizes that you should be focusing on. These sizes that we use, they were just dummy, so for the illustration purpose. For the actual sizes, you should be focusing on this. Okay, if you are making a general website, you should focus on this extra small, medium and large devices. These extra large devices, for some part you can neglect, but keeping everything safe and for a safer purpose, you should keep in mind all these 5 device sizes. Okay, so hope you liked the video. You got to learn a lot about media queries as well, I think. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section, or you can join my Telegram group and ask the doubts there as well. Thank you. Tata. Bye bye.